Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So we have the royals, the king and the queen, touring down under. I personally don't give a damn or a crap, but nevertheless, they're here anyway, touring. And well, some people are quite happy about it, and a lot of other people aren't so much. So one thing actually took place, and Queen Victoria, outside the Queen Victoria building in Sydney, was vandalized recently, covered in red paint. And gee, I wonder who could have possibly done that. Any guesses, anyone? Well, you know, the strong and mighty Chris Minns condemned the actions of those responsible. But you know what? A criminal investigation is now underway, so we're going to look after it. It's public property. You shouldn't be vandalizing public property, especially not of Queen Victoria. But yeah, right. Okay, Chris Minns, thank you for showing your spine for everybody. And obviously you can tell I'm being sarcastic in that sentence because my goodness me, I heard him speak on this. He wasn't outraged in 1 ounce. Like, he's just like, oh, it's a bit disgraceful what happened. Yeah, it shouldn't have happened. It's public property and no one should be vandalizing public property. Yeah, police are going to do their job. I think they're going to find out who it was. Not going to make any assumptions right now, but yeah, it is what it is. Just it's disgusting. Yeah. Okay. Well, you can say that, you spineless cretin, but I personally think it is actually despicable behavior. But nevertheless, they did it on a particular day. They did it when the royals, the king and the queen, arrived. Again, any guesses as to who did it? They're always protesting. Oh, okay. So put that aside for the time being. Let's let the police do what they need to do. So not just that, Lydia Thorpe, who is somehow a politician. Now, a little bit of context before all of this. Lydia Thorpe is a ravenous activist type. She will say things because she can, and somehow she's still a sitting senator. Now, this goes to show the royals how fantastic Australia really is with their government and their elected officials or their elected senators. Because my goodness, Lydia Thorpe, she decided to show her true craziness today because, well, she did this.
We committed genocide against our people. Give us our land back. Give us what you stole from us. Our bones, our skulls, our babies, our people. You destroyed our land. Give us a treaty. We want a treaty in this country. You are a ornament. This is not your land. This is not your land. You are not my kids. You are not our kids.
Yeah, you're not our king. You're not our king. That really goes to show how crazy you actually are. I don't think you going in to the king and the queen and yelling and screaming that you're committing a G word side and you're stealing our babies, you know, give us our land back. All right, okay, we'll give you land back. Give it all back. See what happens next, right? Start paying reparations. See what happens next, right? Start doing all the things that they actually want to happen. Now, the reason why Lydia Thorpe did this, goodness knows why she did it, because she's a nut job. But the reason why she did it is because we had a vote and referendum of sorts here in Australia last year, and it failed miserably. So what they wanted to do was have a so-called Indigenous voice to Parliament. And apparently there's not enough Indigenous politicians in government to make or help government make decisions for Indigenous communities. But they wanted to enshrine it in the Constitution to say that Aboriginals or Indigenous Australians, this particular voice of sorts, is able to make decisions, but they didn't clearly define what it was. They had no idea because they don't really know what it is. They just wanted to be seen as virtue signaling. Look at us. We're taking care of the Aboriginal people. It's high time that we had a voice to Parliament, keeping in mind that, we've forgotten about the 30 senators that we've got already in Parliament that are doing great and fantastic things for the Aboriginal communities around Australia. Now, forget them. We won't listen to them in Parliament. No, we need an actual voice, someone that we elect, someone that we want in that position that we can actually listen to, and one that makes decisions on all matters, not just some, all matters that involve all Australians. The voice was actually racist. If you weren't aware of that, I voted no. And I'm glad that I voted no, because I didn't know what the hell it was. I didn't think we actually needed some sort of voice. I thought we already had the voice, the Indigenous Australians. But the politicians don't actually listen to them. They don't. They never did. If they did actually listen to the Indigenous Australians with common sense, things would actually start to change. But they haven't. Now, a person on the news after Lydia Thorpe did this, he actually defended what Lydia Thorpe did. He goes, well, Indigenous Australians are frustrated because the voice, a year on, it's been tough. It's been hard. So I think what Lydia Thorpe did was great. And we Indigenous Australians had no other option, no other choice. But yeah, when the King and Queen show up, we're going to act like a crazy lunatic. Looks great on Australia, doesn't it? Hey, a sitting senator that is just absolutely stark raving mad gets up and starts yelling and screaming, give us our bones back, give us our babies back. Like, how the hell are you going to do that? I don't even think that's the King and Queen's job, mate. I think you're asking the wrong people, but good luck. Oh my goodness. Anyway, you see the people in the room, right? After she's yelling and screaming all of this nonsense, you even see the King and Queen like going, who's this? I would love to know who this is. But there's a couple of people in the crowd that are going, looking around going, yeah, that's Lydia Thorpe. I think I actually know the big guy at the back in the beard, big beard. I think he's a Christian guy. I swear I've seen him before. This is in Canberra, by the way. This is in Parliament House. So I think I know who this dude is. Okay. I think I've met him before. Could be wrong, but he looks very, very familiar. I think he's a pastor. But yeah, there's also a lot of other people. Yeah, there's a couple of veterans. There's even a Labrador, I believe. I mean, I feel for the Labrador, like having to look at what's taking place. And I mean, Lydia Thorpe, right? Look at what she's wearing. Is that a fur coat or a minx coat, whatever she's wearing? Like, what about the G word of all those animals, man? Okay, yeah, right. But you just see the King and Queen, sitting there like, okay, well, what are we going to do about this? We can't do anything, people. But here's what some people in the comment section are saying. Must be nice being a politician. Nothing written into your contract about how to conduct yourself and no consequences for bringing shame to your country in front of the royals. Yeah. Now, I personally don't care about the royals, but it just shows a very bad look for all of Australia when you've got a sitting politician that's doing that. And just like that, 95% of Australians have become staunch monarchists. They're all in favor of the King and the Queen now because of what Lydia Thorpe did. She is a disgrace and should be removed from the Senate. What does this clown have to do to get kicked out of Parliament? Dead set. If a white person carried out in this manner, they'd be out of office before Charles left the country. She actually has more European ancestry than Aboriginal anyway. She isn't part of her own problem. She's part of her own problem. But, you know, a lot of people are actually calling for her to resign and for her to leave. And I'll be surprised if she does resign, because I don't think she will. She seems like a very proud, crazy lunatic. And if I was a prime minister, I'd say, you're out of here. You want to act like that? You want to act indecent? You want to, you know, put shame on yourself and Australia? By all means, get out. Don't want you here. I don't care if you're Aboriginal or not. That kind of behavior is not deserving in government. That's just me, but hey, I'm not in a position of governance, am I? But seems like common sense has gone straight out the window, hasn't it? Anyway, that's enough from me. You guys take care. You be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.